Hey guys, I hope all is well. Thank you for joining me for this Truth Talk episode. In today's episode, I'm joined by Taco.
Hey guys, hope all is well.
In this episode, we're going to be talking about Andrew Tate being released from jail. But before we begin, I just wanted to give a special shout out to Scentbird for sponsoring this episode. For those of you who might not know Scentbird yet from previous videos, let me tell you about their wonderful service. Scentbird is a fragrance monthly subscription service that provides you with access to endless fragrances. Scentbird lets you choose a new fragrance to try every month for just $17 a month. Every month you get to pick the fragrance you want to receive with no surprises. They have perfumes and colognes and a lot of unisex options. With each fragrance, you get a 30-day supply so you can try out the fragrance before committing to a full-size bottle. And we know just how expensive those bottles could be. When I say Scentbird got a wide variety of options, I mean it, as they offer high-end designer brands as well. Check out their site. They always have plenty of designer fragrances in stock. The wonderful people over at Scentbird actually sent me 3 new scents: Silver Lake by Bentley, Royal Forest by English Laundry, and Kian by Source Adage. My favorite ones have to be the Silver Lake by Bentley and the Royal Forest by English Laundry. The Silver Lake has a strong and present smell, and the Royal Forest is smooth and still pleasant. They both smell really good, and if you're looking for a new scent, I recommend you try one of these. Scentbird provides you with a monthly supply of the scent of your choice in these awesome spray vials, and they even send you a stylish case to carry it in. So if you want to give Scentbird a try, today's the perfect day. Use my link in the description with the code TheTruthIs55, or scan this QR code here to get 55% off your first month at Scentbird. That means you'll get your first month for a little over $7, and you really can't beat that. I really want to give a special thank you to Scentbird for sponsoring this episode. Now, let's get right into it. In the last 2 years, Andrew Tate has become one of the most famous people on the internet. A former retired kickboxer and reality star had managed to completely rebrand himself. With millions of supporters around the world, Andrew has managed to build himself a loyal fan base that supports him through any means. Tate has been known to be equally controversial as famous, seen as the poster child of the alpha male community that people like Sneeko and Fresh and Fit reside in. Andrew Tate's supporters see Tate as a hero who is single-handedly breaking the masses out of the Matrix. He is the real-life Morpheus who has been sent to free the world from being brokies. Andrew Tate's method of freeing the masses from the Matrix was by selling people a course called Hustlers University that cost $50 a month. According to many fans of Tate, Hustlers University was just what they needed to break free from the Matrix, while others who reviewed the course felt it was not worth the money and was pretty much a scam. Either way, Tate was able to make himself millions on a monthly basis off of his thousands of loyal supporters. Andrew Tate was so successful with his Hustler University that he ended up launching War Room, his very own secret society, which out of his own mouth he compared to the Illuminati, saying it's like the Illuminati but way cooler.
2 serious ventures. One is Hustlers University, and the other is the War Room. The War Room is kind of like the Illuminati, but cooler. The War Room is very difficult to explain, but it's a private network. It's a network in which you must compete for your place. When I was saying earlier on this podcast about living with competitive men, War Room's an online version of that. So you have men, you join, you pay, you join. There's tasks, tests, things you must do to keep your place, or you're booted.
Such as?
I can't tell you.
Oh, you can't say it's that private?
How much does it cost to join?
It's like $5,000. It's not that much. It's $5,000 to join, but you get kicked at any moment without a refund.
As you heard for yourself, Andrew Tate claims that the War Room is a secret society and anyone can join as long as you have $5,000 to pay Andrew for initiation. In another video, we can even find Andrew Tate comparing his secret club to the Freemasons, saying he created his own secret society for the new elite to network.
The Freemasons, but cooler.
Cooler.
Yeah, no, so like it doesn't
Right.
matter. Let's say your Facebook account gets banned.
Yeah.
You can email Facebook like a brokey, or you can go to the War Room and say, my Facebook account's been banned. Do you understand what I'm saying? Let's say your bank account gets blocked. Let's say your passport's blocked.
Yeah.
Let's say you need a Lamborghini in Santorini on 3 hours notice. The War Room is my own secret society.
What's that?
It's a secret society.
Like Illuminati type?
Correct. So
Which is at Cobra Tate. You can find a picture of my father, and he's sitting there with a hand symbol. He's sitting there like this. He looks his fingers, and he puts his thumb and his hand together. I do the same thing because I am my father's son. And I do it in a lot of my Instagram pictures. And that Instagram post is a few examples of me doing it and my father doing it. The reason I do it is because when your brain is as advanced as mine, you have to complete the circuit. I'm full of electricity. My blood's on fire. I'm completing the circuit. Tiger blood. Try it at home. Try this right now, children, ladies, if there are any. But gentlemen, try it. Try the hand symbol. Complete the circuit of your body. Make the electrons flow. And I do it because it increases my power. It's like a power up. So it's like a power up. And my dad used to do it when he played chess. And I used to do it before I fought. So I started doing it, and people start saying, that's an Illuminati hand symbol. He's a Freemason hand symbol. I'm not associated with the Illuminati or Freemasons because I'm associated with a group called the War Room, our group. And the War Room is basically very similar in many ways. I'm not going to talk too much about what the War Room is and what it can do.
Even with Tate stating this, his fans and supporters still stand by him, paying him $50 a month to become his online army. While the media was talking about Tate's destructive views, his supporters were building him bigger and bigger as he eventually became king of controversy. So just imagine how his supporters felt when they saw him being arrested on camera for the world to see. Back in December of last year, a video of Andrew Tate's arrest was circulating online, showing the self-proclaimed top G being escorted to the back of a police car. Andrew Tate was being accused of a list of despicable crimes, but his supporters were not buying it, as they felt this was the Matrix finally coming to end Tate's uprising. I myself wasn't so convinced with his arrest back when it happened, as I made 2 videos on the situation. I pointed out that the arrest looked extremely staged. The fact that the SWAT team was accompanied by the media quickly raised a red flag to me. Usually when SWAT teams are involved, the police want to be discreet and do not want civilians involved for safety. So having a whole camera crew on scene just didn't make any sense to me. When you add this to the Masonic hand gestures the Tate brothers were seen doing during the arrest, you start to see that things are far more sinister. Multiple times during the filming of his arrest, you can see both Andrew and his brother displaying the Masonic hand gestures to the camera. It's obvious the brothers wanted to be seen doing this. What I did notice, around the same time Tate was getting arrested for the cameras to see, Chase had their own Epstein moment when it was determined they were linked to Jeffrey's businesses. Like I said before, I felt Tate's arrest was a direct cover-up for this, especially when we see all the signs. In that video, when I covered this arrest, I said that Tate would be eventually set free. And now, just a few days ago, it was reported that Tate was set free and given house arrest. This isn't surprising to me because I already predicted this, but it just further proves Tate was never in any real trouble. It appears that Tate's arrest was nothing but a method of distraction and at the same time, a way to make him even bigger. We must understand the reason they allegedly kept Tate held in jail was because he was apparently a flight risk with all his money and power. But out of nowhere, the government decided he can go free and be home, no longer seeing him as a flight risk. I know some of those who support this community feel that Tate is not a part of the system, and I want to hear why. Tell me below why you feel that Tate is against the agenda and what he is doing to stop it. I'm all ears. To me, Tate just seems like a man selling a lifestyle that isn't real unless you sell your soul for it. Wanting what Andrew Tate is offering isn't the answer to life. Having millions and driving nice cars won't guarantee you happiness. It eventually all gets boring and you realize it was never truly the answer. You know, I was already awaiting this to happen. I was expecting him to be set free because like I said, just looking at his arrest, it shows you that it was never truly an arrest. It seemed like a reality TV moment to me, especially when the cameras were rolling as the arrest was happening. You know, like I said, when a SWAT team is arresting somebody, they don't call the media and have the media waiting by. That doesn't make sense because when the SWAT team is called, it's because they feel that it's going to be a dangerous situation, a situation that they need heavily armed personnel to be able to make the arrest. So that's why we see the SWAT team in full gear break into Tate's house and arrest him. But the cameras were rolling and then they bring him out. He seems to have his cuffs in the front of, which is another thing that doesn't make sense. He's cuffed in the front with his hands to the front and then he can be seen throwing up Masonic hand symbols into the camera. He knew the cameras were rolling and he wanted to show this symbol. The internet instantly started to say that they came after Tate, they're bringing Tate down, they're trying to stop him from exposing the Matrix, they're trying to stop him from freeing people, you know, this is how they're going to destroy him, this is how they're going to bring him down. I saw it as a complete different situation. I felt that this was Tate being used to cover something up and at the same time building himself up.
I mean, we talked about this before. I 1000% think that it was definitely a cover-up. Like, you know how they've used him in the past for a bunch of other things? This is just another one of those times where they're using him again. And I believe the same thing with this release, the way they're releasing him all of a sudden after 3 months with no word and putting him on house arrest. It just, something seems off to me, you know? It doesn't seem normal.
Yeah, it never seemed normal since the beginning because, you know, he spoke about Romania. He spoke about how that was his safe haven, how he would go over there because it was a corrupt place and he can do whatever he wanted and he felt safe over there and how that was where you would go to escape the Matrix and escape the Illuminati and all this stuff. He said that himself. And then it just so happens that he goes over there and gets arrested for the cameras to see and almost be a part of his Andrew Tate reality show.
It's like you said, though, but like when special forces, when the police is coming to get someone, they do not alert the media. It's not a thing. The more people you have around, the more risk there is, the more liability there is. They would not inform the media and let them know, hey, we're going to go arrest this gentleman today. Bring your cameras so the whole world can see. Doesn't matter who he is, if he's a celebrity or not.
I understand why people want to like Andrew Tate. Like, I understand why people want to rally it behind him, because he represents something that is definitely needed nowadays, you know? We do need men to be men. You know, we do need strong men out there, and we definitely need some type of structure, but we also don't need the other 60-70% of Andrew Tate's message as well, you know, and we also don't need the materialism that he pushes, because that's another form of enslavement. When you start being consumed by materialism, that's the same thing as being enslaved into the matrix. You're working just to get things that you think you need, things that in reality aren't going to make you happy, aren't going to fix anything for you or be the solution to what you're actually looking for, when that's something spiritual and that's something only God can provide for you. Now, like I said, there's times that Tate has said certain things that I could agree with, that I say, oh, you know, this is interesting coming from Tate, because there's also other things that Tate says that it seems to be the complete opposite. It seems to be that he's a controlled opposition, you know? Like I already said, there's so many of you guys that believe that Tate is truly on our side. And if that's the case, show me some proof. I'm willing to see it. But from what I'm seeing right now, it doesn't look like that to me. I would hope he is. I would hope someone like Andrew Tate, who has a platform the size of Andrew Tate and has so much people behind them, was truly on our side, truly trying to push the truth and help truth seekers and help others that are blinded finally open their eyes. But it doesn't seem like it, because of the core of the message that he pushes.
And the fact that he's charging money to teach people the way. If in reality your ultimate goal is to make a better society, and you claim to have a knowledge that no one else has, the mission would be to spread that knowledge to the masses, to the most amount of people, and charging money is not the way to do that, in my opinion.
Let's say he was making money, but not like where it appears that it's all about money. You get my point? Because we all have to everybody has to make money to a certain extent. But the thing is that when you start lying to people to make money, or when you start deceiving people to make money or using them, that's when I think it becomes corrupt.
True, yeah. The exploitation of others for your own personal gain, that's just pure evil, in my opinion.
Exactly. And like, for example, the whole image that he pushes, like I've said before, I feel like Andrew Tate wants to be a rapper. You know, he calls himself a top G. He has 50 cars. You know, he lives in these luxurious mansions and has dates with all types of women. It sounds like the exact same lifestyle a rapper wants, you know, or a rapper lives. Portrays that to the maximum extent, because he has a lot more money than these rappers. He has convinced people to give him $50 a month, and it's not just one or two people, it's hundreds of thousands of people who support him and believe that he is truly going to free them from the matrix. Now, when we look at him being free, this is important to me, because I see this as his uprising now for real. Now this is like, he's gonna say not even the government could have held him down. He's gonna come out now and say, I'm really the top G. I'm the baddest around. There's nobody on my level. The corrupt system tried to take me down, and we're now free and nothing happened to me. That's what I see him doing from now on. And I see his supporters rallying against him even more, showing him even more support and building him up even bigger. Which, like I said, from what I see, him talking about wanting to make his own Freemasonic organization, his own Illuminati, you can tell what intentions Tate has. Someone that's doing something for the greater good wouldn't want to create a secret society or something that only a very few amount of people gain out of. If you're doing something for the greater good, you wouldn't want to make a secret society that really the people in your secret society are the ones that are benefiting. Why not network with the general public, with everyone else that's following you and trying to learn from you? You only want to network with those that are able to pay you $5,000. I don't see it as a method of freeing others. I see it as a way of him just building his society or building his group of people that are gonna listen to whatever he says and react off what he says. It's funny because he's basically admitting to building a cult that he's charging people $5,000 to be a part of. You know, it's alarming, and it's kind of sad to see the effect that he's having on so many people. So many people are choosing to follow him and not really asking the proper questions, like, why is he doing this and why is he talking about that? Now, don't get me wrong. I know that most people want to drive a Bugatti or want to have that nice car and want to have that nice house. But I don't think that you should consume yourself with that want.
It's like what you said earlier about glorifying a certain lifestyle that's all about consumerism. It's all about indulgence and having the best of the best. I mean, Don't get me wrong. I'm all for if you work hard, you should be able to buy whatever you want, but up to a certain extent. No one needs 50 cars. No one needs 6 mansions.
The same agenda that the rappers sell. And the only ones who truly benefit from that agenda is the billionaires, the ones who own all the stuff that everyone's buying. You know, and going back to him being free, I think that this is interesting timing. There's a reason that this is happening. If we look around the world, there's a lot of stuff going on right now, and it's just perfect timing that this happens right now.
I mean, you got banks being bought out, banks that are failing, companies that are losing money left and right. I mean, like you said, the timing seems too perfect. There are so many other current events happening that are affecting the entire world that some people are saying times are changing for the worse. But this is the headline news. When you go on search engines, this is what you see pop up. When you go on social media, this is what you see trending, as opposed to the other things that are affecting the whole world. We're talking about one person who lives an extravagant life coming out of jail for 3 months in a different country. And that's headlining news as opposed to the other things that are affecting the world economy. And I mean, let's not forget, like you said earlier, remember when he was arrested, what was going on in the world at the same time? We had a whistleblower come out, a district attorney from a state, come out and talk about a bank, Chase Bank, being complicit in some of the things like they should have known and had a responsibility to talk about it. But that was nowhere in the news. It was buried in the search engines. No one talked about it on social media. But I feel like that would have been more important than the arrest of social media presence or the arrest of one person, you know?
Definitely. I 100% agree. And that's what the whole entire video was about. It was about how coincidentally Tate gets arrested, makes all headlines. It's the most important news. One of the biggest bank institutions in the world, Chase, gets connected to one of the most evilest people in the world, literally in our modern history. And that gets thrown under the rug. That gets, like you said, it gets buried in the search engines, and no one even gets to hear about that story. But that's it for this episode, guys. We're going to end it right here. And I want to remind you guys, like I always say, that every day we wake up, our souls are at stake. And we also must remember to help those who can't see the truth find the truth. That's it for this episode. But before you guys go, I just wanted to once again thank Scentbird for sponsoring today's episode. And I wanted to remind you guys to hit the link in the description to join Scentbird today and use my code to get 55% off your first order. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. I just want to give a special shout out to the Truth Movement members. I truly appreciate every single one of you. If you'd like to further support the channel, join the Truth Movement, or you can join me on Patreon where I drop exclusive videos monthly. The link would be in the description. Another way you can further support the channel is by checking out the Truth Fish store and seeing if you find anything you like. Every purchase you make goes directly to helping the channel and furthering Truth Records. Also, please leave a comment on your thoughts below and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified when I drop new videos. If you like this video, please leave a like as it helps other people find these videos. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram and follow me there for more truth. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.